I'm Emily Mashak, and I'm joined in studio today by Melanie Bartles and Sarah Blessing, committee members for the Tour de Corgi. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Hi.
And we also have two other special guests in studio today. Would you mind introducing them for me?
Yeah, this is Melanie, and I have with me Yogi, the Corgi. He is a tricolored Corgi, and he just turned 5 in August.
Oh, happy birthday, Yogi. I love it. That's so cute.
I've got Gary with me. Gary is a Corgi mixed with Border Collie and Australian Shepherd. He's big and fluffy.
He is very big.
And tricolored, and everyone loves him.
Now, before we get into Tour de Corgi itself, can you just tell me a little bit about these two cute little guys and how they came to be in your life?
I got Yogi actually from Tracy, who is the gal that came up with the idea of having the Tour de Corgi. And we'll go into that later. But she had a litter. I met Tracy, and it was more like she was interviewing me to see if I would be a good parent for one of the Corgi pups. And next thing you know, Yogi is living with us, and now we are part of this family, as we call it. We keep in touch with all of the other humans that have the other pups, and Tracy actually kept one of the pups herself, and that's Frodo, so that's Yogi's brother, and we get together periodically, and it's fun.
And I got Gary's funny little mix. My older brother owns his parents, who are both Borgies themselves. The dad just happens to have a little Aussie in him as well. I got to watch him be born, and he's almost 6, and I've been with him his whole life, basically.
Aww.
And my family owns 4 of the other puppies from those litters, and so my family in total has 7 Borgies.
Oh, wow. You guys are experts.
Yes. And I learned about the Tour de Corgi just from Facebook, I think. Tracy thought it would be a small event, and it turned into a big event, and Gary and I went, and the rest is history.
That's so awesome. I know, they're so cute. I know our listeners can't see them, but they are just the cutest things I've ever seen. We'll have to post a picture online.
You can probably hear Yogi panting in the mic.
He's very excited.
That's not me.
Now, the name of Tour de Corgi is pretty self-explanatory, but just in case we have any newcomers to the northern Colorado area, can you explain what Tour de Corgi is?
So it's kind of based, it's a spin-off of Tour de Fat from New Belgium's Fat Tire Tour de Fat event that they do, which is lots of people in costumes parading around Old Town Fort Collins. So instead, it's a bunch of Corgis in costumes parading around Old Town Fort Collins, and it's the happiest day of the year.
Yep.
Pretty much your cheeks are going to hurt by the end of the day because you just can't stop smiling.
Yeah, I can confirm. I remember when I first moved here, I didn't know what Tour de Corgi was. I just happened to be in Old Town that day, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's thousands of them.
That's a lot of people. And I would say that most of the people that keep coming back, because this is our 5th year that we're doing this event, and most of the people that follow us on Facebook and know about what's going on, they line up and just take pictures, and they may not be Corgi owners, but it's the spectacle of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what makes it fun.
And you touched on this a little bit before, but how did Tour de Corgi come to be? How did this all get started?
So Tracy Stewart, like we were mentioning before, had this idea of just having our family and some of her friends come together and have basically a doggy play date. And she created a Facebook event, and she made the mistake, I guess it's not so much mistake now, but she made the mistake of not making it a private event. It was a public event on Facebook, and then it just kept getting shared and shared and shared, and the next thing you know, over 1,000 people are saying that they're coming to this event. And people are like, I'm driving from Nebraska, and I'm driving from Wyoming, and they're bringing their dogs, and she's like, well, I guess we have to get a permit from the city. And start getting porta potties and all kinds of stuff, and it became hundreds of humans and hundreds of dogs.
It's kind of a happy accident then.
Yeah, it sure is.
The happiest.
Yeah.
Were you surprised that so many people in the northern Colorado area and even outside of the state, it sounds like, had corgis? I didn't realize they were such a popular dog.
They didn't used to be, but they have become much more popular over the past couple of years. I work at PetSmart, and so I see dogs all day long, and corgis have become a very much regular at our store.
Yeah, I'm not surprised actually that this event has taken off in northern Colorado, because there are corgi events all like this throughout the country. And so there wasn't one in northern Colorado. And so I'm not surprised that it took off.
Yeah.
And you got to understand that corgi owners are fanatical about their dogs. And we're all a little silly and quirky in the same way.
Yes.
I love it. Can you tell me a little bit more about corgis themselves? You mentioned that they kind of had fun personalities. What's it like to own a corgi?
Well, I'm only used to the mixed one, and he's super mellow. Obviously, he's just laying on the floor over here. But they can be yappy. They like
They're
they have
very
a, they have
loud.
a voice,
Mhm.
and they're smiley. They're fun. They originally are bred to be herding dogs.
Okay.
So that they were low to the ground, so they could run in and out from underneath sheep and cattle.
And yeah,
and
go
stuff.
underneath them basically.
Okay.
And that's why
Horses,
they
sheep,
mixed in the
cattle.
border collie part, because the border collie even has a heightened herding instinct. So they are herders. They like to put you in your place.
And I like to say that Yogi has a Napoleon complex. So he's so short that he is extremely loud to compensate for the whole shortness factor. And I can kind of relate because
I
I'm
call it
short
little,
as well.
little man syndrome.
Little man
Right.
syndrome. So he's like, I'm here.
Now, let's talk about Tour de Corgi. What are the logistics? How can people register? What do they need to know if they want to attend?
So our website is tourdecorgi.org. You can go there, register. Let's see. The purchasing of T-shirts is over, but we will have T-shirts available at the event to buy there. We start at Civic Center Park in Old Town Fort Collins, right by the courthouse. There's a huge grassy area out front. It's going to start with registration at 10 a.m. on September 28th, next Saturday. And then the costume contest starts at 10:15 a.m. We do have 7 different categories, so you sign your dog up for whichever category you think that they would perform the best in. Those categories are completely creative, cutest couple, purtiest pooch, baddest to the bone, funniest furry, greatest group, and then this year we've got a biker theme going, so it's the best biker or the best biker gang. And then there's prizes for first place and runner-up. They get a basket of goodies for the prize. And all proceeds from this event go to some charities that are local. Four Paws Pet Pantry, Lowriders of the West, and Wyoming Dachshund and Corgi Rescue. Last year we raised over $4,600 for all these charities that we split between them. So it's not just a fun event. We are helping out in the community as well.
Mm-hmm. And that whole breed of dogs that are lower to the ground, like the dachshunds and the corgis, they are called lowriders.
I love it. I love it.
And they are prone to have some hip and joint problems due to their stature. And so a lot of these, especially like Wyoming Dachshund and Corgi Rescue, they raise money to help get wheelchairs and stuff like that for these breeds.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. And our T-shirts this year are being printed by Pine Print Shop in Fort Collins. And this is the first year that they are printing our T-shirts. And like Sarah was saying, it's a biker theme. I like to say the theme is hard corg.
Hardcore. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. But if you follow Pine on Instagram or Facebook, they're pretty good about showing little previews of what they're printing, so you can see that it's kind of a cool bad to the bone corgi, hard corg biker theme.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so cute. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And the shirts Sarah is wearing one right now and it's adorable.
Yeah, this is from 2 years ago.
I love it. I love
We
it.
change the shirts every year, different design, and the theme is just kind of for fun. You know, you don't have to do a costume that's related to that, but it usually is one of the categories.
Mm-hmm.
And and we'll sell the shirts on site on the 28th as well.
All right.
And one thing to note too is that you are allowed to bring any breed of dog as long as they're well behaved. Corgis are going to be in the parade, and your dog would just be a spectator if it's not a corgi or corgi mix. But we do welcome all canines of all types.
Yeah. Other dogs like to watch and they get kind of jealous.
I would be jealous.
Yeah,
So I was
it's like, how come we don't have a parade for us?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, we wish we could let all dogs enter, but it is called the Tour de Corgi for a reason.
Are all of these categories for the costume contest? Is that how this works?
Yeah, so everyone, once you register, you pick the category you want to enter. I think Gary, you'll probably be in the completely creative category this year.
Do you know what he's wearing yet?
I do, but I don't know if I want to reveal that.
All right.
It's a surprise.
Gotcha.
Gary usually wins whatever category he's
He has
in.
won the past 2 years in his category.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're going for a hat trick or a turkey, whatever you want to call it this year.
Yeah, we got a champ up in here.
Yeah, we've been working on it all day today, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we have some really special judges this year for the costume contest. We actually have Greg Adams from KRFC and Aaron Udell from the Coloradoan in Fort Collins, and actually just confirmed recently in the past 24 hours was our state senator, Joanne Janal.
Oh, wow.
She is a dog fan, and she has judged for us before and really wanted to do it again, so we're excited to have her. And one of our members is going to have her son be a judge as well, because it's always good to have a child view and opinion. So we're excited.
And I will say that homemade costumes are much more preferred over just a store-bought taco or hot dog
Gotcha.
costume. So creativity is key. The more detailed, the better.
Yeah, we have the best costumes. It's so funny.
Do you have any favorites that stick out?
My favorite last year was the couch potatoes.
Yeah.
It was a whole wagon with 3 corgis dressed as potatoes sitting on a sofa. on wheels.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
It was pretty elaborate. My favorite last year was there was a corgi with a red cape and a white bonnet, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. And then when I was doing the registration for the costume contest, and I was like, okay, what's the costume? What's the name? What's the theme? And she said, "The handmaid has no tail."
I love it.
Red with the white bonnet, and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
That is
I love
perfect.
that.
So good. I can't wait to see them all. And it's awesome that even though this is fun, it's really helping a lot of other dogs through all these charities too. So that's great.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Thank you so much, ladies, for coming in and talking to me about this.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the event. I've been before. I love it. It's so much fun. Before we go, just to make sure everyone is clear, how do people who have corgis and want to be a part of the parade sign up? And then how do people who just want to see all the fun?
So I'll talk about seeing all the fun. So the event actually starts around 10 a.m. on Saturday, September 28th at Civic Center Park in Fort Collins. Right in front of the courthouse, you will see hundreds of dogs and hundreds of people and a lot of vendor booths as well. And the costume contest will start shortly after that, and the parade will start whenever the costume contest is over.
Around noon.
Yeah, around noon. So if you don't make it to Civic Center Park, you can actually see the parade go by throughout Old Town. That map and all the details are on our website, which is tourdecorgi.com. Actually, .org.
.org.
We're a nonprofit, yes. And so you'll have all the details there, and I'll let Sarah talk about how you can actually register, whether you want to be a sponsor or a vendor or just enter.
Yes. So that's all on our website as well. If you want to have a vendor tent, you can do that. There's an application online, and you just fill that out and submit your payment and show up the morning of the event. Tracy would confirm all of that with you once you did that process. If you want to be in the contest, it's just, I feel it's $5. We have wristbands every year, so this year's wristband is black, I think, because of the biker theme. And you can sign up ahead of time online, or you can do it the day of the event, but it's just a $5 donation to walk in the parade.
Yeah, and our friends at the Coloradoan are really good about posting pictures and a little video. And we're going to have Mike Berry there as our professional photographer, and he always takes hundreds of pictures and allows us access to the file. And yeah, so you'll probably see your dog.
Thank you again so much, ladies, for coming and talking to me. And a special thanks to Gary and Yogi for being so cute and good during this interview. I'm looking forward to the event, and we'll hopefully see our listeners there on September 28th.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.